Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the press conference after the BKT EuroCup round 6 game between Twinsbet Vilnius and Besiktas Fibabanka Istanbul. We will start with the head coach of Besiktas Fibabanka, Mr. Dusan Olimpievic. So, coach, please your comment about the game.
Congrats, Wolves team and their coach Alessandro. They deserve it. They were better. We didn't deserve it, and very simple as that. Nothing too much to say on this topic.
Any questions? Okay, coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
We continue our press conference. Head coach of Twinsbet Vilnius, Mr. Alessandro Magro. So, coach, your comment about him.
I'm happy for tonight. First of all, for our fans, it's the first time we are able to win in our arena, and I think that respecting the first games we played, we showed really that we are everybody trusting in the process, and we are getting better. We are game by game. Trying to involve more the players that didn't play so well like now. For example, Marek Blažević in the last games, Jogela. Everybody brought his we used to call inches. Brought his brick to build our wall, and that means that even in the bad moment we had so far, we kept believing in what we were doing. I think we are much better defensively. And I think also that we have still a lot of room to improve, because it's already the second game in a row that we were leading by a huge gap, and then we gave up and we had a kind of blackout. We need to work absolutely on that. But the way to respond from -14 to +24 was really important to show how much we care about what we are doing, the pride that the players have. I'm really happy for those players. Obviously, the record is still 3-3, same, but we want to keep pushing. So we are happy for the game, and for coaches, if you have after a victory even a lot of things to think and work to get better, I think that is a good advantages.
Coach, it was 14 points deficit, and something clicked, and you just went on a crazy run. What has changed? in
But
that?
I think that we fixed it a bit. We changed a bit the pick and roll defense. They were trying to attack with a short roll and try to hit the shooters. They have a lot of great shooters that tonight missed, to be honest, even wide open shots. But sometimes if you go into the mind of the players, sometimes can happen even like this. Respecting the first games that we allowed 2 easy points in the paint, we are now protecting and fighting on rebounds much more. Then before we changed a bit the pick and roll defense, we were able to disarm a bit. We were able to take away some focus mistakes we had in miscommunication, especially when they played with small ball with Sleva and Morgan together at the same time. But once again, I really think that X's and O's are important, for sure are important, knowledge is important, but the level of the energy and the level of the will you put on the court is what really can lead teams to have even this kind of comeback.
Win in Poland, win against Žalgiris, win today. What is clicking right now with the Wolves team?
I think that, can I say something bad? I mean, sometimes I say to my players, and I say it also to myself, I wish myself and my players to really be really bad, and I don't use another word, but to be really, really bad and embarrass yourself to understand that you have to change something. So we had a meeting after a Juventus game. We just had a meeting not between coaches and players, between persons, between growth men, and understand what we want to do. We need to change something because we have potential. We can be a good team. Let's try to do what we promised to ourselves, not just talking, but doing on the court, being tough. So details and physicality, those are the two things that we want to focus right now. Details and physicality. And once again, this is not a perfect game. Žalgiris was not a perfect game, but at least we showed ourselves what we can do. And I think that we took a journey. We are still in the process. We are still in the journey. But we have to play really serious and be consistent. And I think that we are probably still sick, but we took some pills, so we are in the way to recover.
How intense was that meeting after the game in Utena and what you took from it?
Was not intense, was honest. Was honest. I don't think that you need to bitch or shout too much to let the others listen to you. I think that you have to touch souls and ours, and we have to talk honestly, understanding are we on the same page, or do you sign the paper like a gentleman agreement that we want to do that? Then guys, we will lose games, we will make mistakes again. But what I care the most is that as a man and as a person, we are everybody on the same page. And despite the mistakes that in every game we can have, because it's a mistakes game, I saw that the players are trying to do that. And what I really care the most is that I love my players. I help them to perform and to be better. And I'm there to try to give, with my coaching staff, the tools to do it. And fortunately, in the last game, happened.
You coming as a new coach, you having a new team, and you having a hard start as you had in that season start. How much of relief are you experiencing in that winning process? How relieving is that for you? Because it's not too easy to the foreigner coach come to Lithuania and starting losing games. So how do you react to those losses, and how do you feel now as a coach, as a person, as a human being? Because psychologically it's not easy to coach a team.
Sorry if I was laughing, not because was the question, but just to let you know about my history, I never winning games, never. My first season in Brescia was record 3-6. Then we won 14 games in a row. In Poland, probably we lost the first 7 games. I just need probably time to let the players understand where we want to go. I think that you have to show to be ready in February when there are the cup and in playoff. That doesn't mean that losing is good. That doesn't mean that losing make me happy. For sure is, I'm here in a different country, talking the different languages with the great coaches that are surrounding me but are Lithuanian. So sometimes it's not easy. but this is what we do for living. And to be honest, I feel and we felt lucky to do what we could do for free, and they pay us to do that because we do what we love. So what I have to do as human being is try to be honest with myself, is try to push myself and the others to win the day and be the best version of themselves. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. We try to be the best version of ourselves, but the most important thing is that every time we get out from the court, we have to be sure, honestly, that we gave everything we got in our tank, even after losing games. But if you gave everything you got, you cannot regret.
Marek Blažević played an amazing game, one of his best. How happy you are for Marek, and what has changed? Because I noticed you are using him more, and the basketballs are coming to Marek more often.
Yeah, I told you, I really love the players that I coach. I'm happy if they perform. I'm really happy about him tonight. He's practicing really hard. He's a great guy. He's a young guy, but great potential. And, game by game, we gave the chance to everybody to show up and perform. And we are probably, understanding who are the players that in that game are performing much more. We trust on him. Sometimes he had bad nights. Tonight he had a great night. And I wish to him and us, obviously, that he can have other nights like this, because I told you, he's a young player, but he's a young prospect, and we want to let him, push again, and we hope that he can really become a pillar of this team, and why not also for the Lithuanian national team.
One more guy I want to talk about and I want to ask you is Matas Jogėla. In the season start, he was sitting on the bench a lot. You didn't use him much, and now he's playing more and more and more. What he has changed? Why you're using him more? And what can you say about the process of Matas Jogėla improving?
Yeah, I think that about Jogėla is my responsibility. Just because you arrive, you build a team in summer. You arrive. You have an idea respecting what you would like to do, how you would like to use the players, how you would like to apply your, I don't want to even talk about philosophy, but it's you're thinking about basketball. But then there is the court that give you the feedback. And I saw that he could give us more and probably different respecting what, or I could use him in different way respecting what I taught before. He responded really well, Marek was practicing really hard, never complaining, being there. I love to talk with players, so asking to them how I can help you to help the team to be better. And to be honest, he's performing. And then, once again, skills are the one thing, trust, mentality, being involved, change everything. So now he feels really involved, and if was not at the beginning, it's only my responsibility.
Hello, Coach. People are saying that hard times create strong men and strong men create good times. So what can you say about this team potential after 3 victories in a row in the EuroCup?
I tell you what I say to the players. Winning is never for granted. So I think that you should celebrate every win. We will celebrate this win. But we know that once again, plus 24, we play crazy for probably 4, 5, 6 possessions in a row. So we are still missing Jeff Taylor. We are still missing Kulboka. So I say to the players, just look in this locker room, the teammates you have, thinking about the potential that this team can have. It depends who we want to be. If it's enough to win 2 games or 3 games in a row, probably we are going to lose on Saturday. If we understand that we want to become a team to beat, or at least try to be, having that mentality, I don't want that you misunderstand me. That doesn't mean that we have to win all the games. It's just to have and create that winning mentality. I think that we are still we have still a lot of things to improve and to work on. But we start now from that standard. And every time you elevate your standard, you put pressure on yourself just because you have to restart from that standard.
Coach, hello. What's the latest news on Jeffrey Taylor? When are you expecting him to come back?
I hope as soon as possible. He's getting better day by day, and I hope for Saturday he will be ready to play. But it's day by day that we will check him.
Thank you.
Hello, Coach. If you talk about team's defense, how to balance that team's offense talent would hide defense weaknesses? And do you have instruments to be high scoring team with solid defense? Thank you.
I think that I never saw in my life team that wanna win that don't have a solid defense. At the beginning, we had a lot of problems. We changed something. We discussed with coaches that helped me a lot. We discussed with players because I want that. Okay, once again, I have an ideas. We try to apply the ideas respecting the players you have, but then the players have to trust respecting what they are doing. Because at the end of the day, it's a player's game. They go on a court. They have to find the chemistry each other. So I think we fixed the defense from the beginning. We fixed a bit the rebounding problem we had before. So you have to start every time from defense. And the other aspect is that if you have a solid defense, then you go in offense and you think that you can even miss. Believe me, the ball is lighter, but if behind the other are scoring every time, then you start to hurry up and you start to get, stressed about the value of the possession. So I really want that this team could become, for the skills that the players can have even individually, but at least team defense, a solid defensive team.
More questions? Thank you, coach.
Thank you. Labanakt. What do you say?
Sweet dreams.
Oh, wow.